Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is up? Luna Da Vinci, we're back again for another supper time. Another little oh, this is a winter wonderland supper time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is up? Luna Da Vinci, we're back. I forgot to mute my echo over here, so I heard myself again. Whoa, whoa. I know, I'm like, whoa. But yeah, we're heading into winter now. It's getting cold. Maybe we'll do a big holiday dinner or something around closer to the holiday, but right now we're just fast and slutty.
Yeah.
Are those little nuggies? What do you got on your plate next to that boiger?
These are jalapeno cheese bites.
Ooh, those sound bomb.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep, jalapeno cheese bites, an Impossible Whopper with I have Havarti cheese on it.
Yeah, I got some Monterey Jack for mine.
Yeah, so Havarti cheese. I have a weed cannabis beer seltzer, non-alcoholic, and a mango lemon seltzer.
Yum. I have basic ass iced tea from Wendy's. I also got a Wendy's salad, but I got this burger that has no bun. I'm gonna make it into a burger melt, I think.
Nice.
On my grill. Why else would I have a grill? We're getting an echo at times? Interesting. How could that be?
Is it me?
It shouldn't be. I don't hear an echo. How bad's the echo, guys?
I don't either.
Yeah. Interesting. Trash Castle said, hi, Balloona. Should that be the official name of our dinner nights, Balloona?
No.
I don't think so either.
Oh.
We did enough of these. We should have an official name by now.
Yeah, but then once you make an official name, then it's like official.
That's true, yeah. We don't need all that.
Well, not yet.
But what's up, Corsets and Curls? What's up, CT, Lowbrow Jester? I see Barbie. I see up here we had here is Ariel said you should go on to Randonautica and IRL stream it. I did that once and it got really weird. Dandy's in the place to be. Everybody's showing up. Thank you guys for hanging with us. So I got a burger and I got it wrapped in lettuce. The lettuce is not important. I ordered extra onion and extra tomato. It looks like they gave me some damn ketchup and mustard, even though I told them not to. They gave me pickles too. I told them not to. Look at
I
these
asked
guys.
for cheese and I had to put my own on.
Yeah.
These fast food places are not doing a good job anymore.
What's up, CJ Halliday? How you doing? Good to see you. I gotta reread that. My boy Billy, the sweet boy. Shout outs from Canada. How's your day going, my friend? And hey, Luna, how's your night going? It's been good. We've been chill. You're wearing my shirt right now? That's perfect, Ariel. I love that. We should do Randonautica again. That would be fun. Maybe Luna and I can go Randonautica when I go down to visit her. Well, the fact
to fill me in on what that is, because I'm stupid.
I'll fill you in on what that is.
Whoa.
I hate that they put ketchup and mustard on this when I specifically asked for none. Because now I have to like finger through it while I make this messy ass melt.
You gotta finger it?
It's going to be even messier. It's even messier. It was already going to be messy. Now it's even messier, but that's okay. This is one of those YOLO moments. You only live once. So let's try and clean up the onion so I can grill the onion. I want to grill the onion. Is it weird that I'm cleaning it with a napkin? Is there something wrong with me?
No.
I'd say there might be something wrong with me.
I don't think so. You don't want to eat it, don't eat it.
What's a good temperature to grill onions at?
I don't know.
The keto is zapping my creativity a little bit. I'm actually still functionally entertaining, I think. Functionally entertaining.
I have to agree. I'm very entertained.
Thick.
I'm serious, you guys. I'm serious.
I got my keto
You get
bread.
to see the South Park special yet?
I haven't. No, everybody keeps talking about it.
Billy,
Are you picking on me?
you should watch it. Okay, you're not going to the movies tonight.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna watch South Park with me.
Oh, interesting.
We're gonna watch it right after
Interesting.
the stream.
We're gonna watch it over Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got Paramount Plus.
Okay. We thick. Big boss knows we thick. I have to spackle my bread with lubricant. I'm using Lando Lakes. Is that racist?
Don't be pissed. Don't be pissed that it's on Paramount. You know why?
Why?
Paramount gave Matt Stone and Trey Parker $900 million for
Really?
South Park. Yes.
Almost a billy?
Which means very good stuff for South Park.
Did they buy South Park outright?
I don't think they bought it outright. No, they bought it. They bought, licensing stuff,
Yeah.
which means great stuff for South Park. Means we're going to get more of it. Lots more of it, I hope.
Wendy's is cloned cow meat, never frozen, verified. I don't care if it's cloned. I like clones. I'll eat clone human. You're gonna give me your HBO Max? That's so sweet. Maybe. I have HBO Max, but it's not on there anymore, huh? I don't know. Everybody go on the Discord. Maybe we'll do a meetup afterwards and figure something out. I have Monterey Jack. It's a good melting cheese.
I literally have every streaming service. You wouldn't have, no one would have to
You have all the streams?
pay for anything. Yeah. Every single one except for PureFlix and Disney Plus. Those are the only two I don't have.
Wow.
I'm probably not getting it all.
I didn't even know
I
what...
signed up for the free version of PureFlix just for the shits and giggles, and holy shit. Wow.
I didn't even know what PureFlix was.
It's basically the Christian version of Netflix. And apparently Christians are artless and tasteless and have no joy.
That's pretty funny.
None. Yeah, what's even funnier is the reviews written by other Christians that absolutely hate the service.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Gold. Fucking gold. Like, if anything, just sign up for the free week or the free month just to read the reviews that people write on there, because it is so funny.
That's hilarious. I like that. I didn't even know what PureFlix was, like, literally until just now.
Wow, I've been teaching you lots of stuff.
I know, I'm learning.
Every week I come with some nugget of knowledge for you.
You come and enlighten me. What's up, Itty Bitty Titty Committee? Good to see you. I'm doing good,
Hi,
Susie.
guys.
How you doing? God's Not Dead 5. We're making all the hits.
It's just not bad.
Is it a pretty good burger?
It is.
Flip these
I feel
onions.
tricked. You like my jacket? It's actually a sweater from Doll's Kill. Cute. It's oversized. Skirt. Cute skirt. with it.
Stormfront, the white nationalist website, makes Wendy's. They claim Wendy's are partially made from missing children. I don't believe it. And if they are, how could I get such a good deal on children meat? Wendy's is a comparable price for a well-managed burger. Uh-oh. Love you too, Itty Bitty. Good to see you. Disney has 666 right other logo. What? I don't... CT, you're freaking me out, man. You're freaking me out, man. Yeah, Luna Da Vinci is very pretty. She's also a decorative genius. You can tell by her background, and a stunning artist as well. You just had Wendy's.
Thanks.
Sticky says, wow, that sounds super gay, but not gay because it's Christian. There's a lot of gay Christians. Okay, I'll say that. We have a lot of churches here in Seattle on Capitol Hill that are very gay churches. Just some churches are definitely not gay. They're the anti-gay. Ooh. I think my onions are grilled enough. They're sweating. I don't know if I'll do much better than sweating.
I don't know. I think I should wear panties, at least. People love a good panty shot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I think my burger is probably cooked enough. Like, I'm looking at this bread now. It's toasty. I think I'm good.
I think you got this.
I think everything fell into place. I didn't use the tomato. I might have used the tomato if they hadn't have given me all that extra ketchup. Aku says, hey, Billy, how many DP episodes do you make a week? We do 3 to 4, depending on if it's a week with a private show. We do 3 to 4 a week. No sauce? Why would I need sauce? I got cheese on both sides.
You know, I love the fact that I've been watching Drunken Peasants for like years, like basically a decade at this point.
Before I have.
Before Billy was ever on it. And I get to hang out with the coolest person that's ever been on Drunken Peasants.
I don't know. Cool. Jesse Lee Peterson was on Drunken Peasants.
You know, yeah, but you're pretty cool.
Beta! I am pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
If we're going to gas each other up, I think it's fair for you to gas me up on that level.
Yeah. And you know, you just complimented me pretty big. Badass. I was going to say badass, but that doesn't make sense. You are a badass. We're badasses.
Badassery. We had, whatchamacallit? We had Brittany Venti on last week, and she had
I
the
couldn't
loudest
believe that
burps.
because you said that Benpai hated her.
Did I?
Or no. Benpai said that.
Huh.
When I met you guys at PAX, I asked him directly. I was like, do you know who Venti is? This was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago at this point.
Was he drinking at the time?
I'm not sure, actually. I think maybe. Yes, we had just left the bar.
Yeah,
yes,
he might
definitely.
He might have just been drunk talking.
Okay. Yeah.
No, Brittany Venti was a great guest, though. We enjoyed having her on the show. She was.
I think she's hilarious. I mean, I'm an OnlyFans girl, right? And she goes in on that stuff sometimes, and I still think it's so funny. What's funnier is the people that get pissed at her. It's like, gosh, shut the fuck up. Like, if people don't realize how much attention they give the people they hate, and that the algorithm doesn't care whether you dislike it or not.
Yeah.
Like, a click is a click. Attention is attention. The robot isn't differentiating your intentions.
Sometimes we just fish for attention. We throw out a little bit of bait. We get the little haters in there.
I think people forget, especially now with the advent of streaming and how easy it is to just press a live button, that this is entertainment. And if you're going to make your personal life your content, you better be ready for negativity. Like, there's no escaping it. It's everywhere. And it's not just you. It's not just marginalized groups. Everybody gets a dose of hatred and negativity in this industry. And if you can't handle it, you need to rethink what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's not for everyone. It really isn't. Some people are meant for other things, and that's okay. Like, that's okay.
Yeah. Luna is not Russian. Not that I know of. Are you hidden Russian, Luna?
I don't think so.
We're tonight, Misery, we're having respectively Burger King for Luna and Wendy's for me. Luna's doing an impossible burger. I'm doing an improbable burger because it's improbable that this thing is gonna get eaten the way I've been dilly-dallying around. I turned it into a melt. Why not watch a movie on YouTube tonight with us? I'm gonna have to watch South Park with Luna tonight. I don't think we can watch it on YouTube. I'm not even. Will it work over Discord?
It will. I watch stuff in Discord all the time. I got this.
Okay.
We can meet up and all watch it if you guys want in Billy's Discord.
Yeah, come to the Discord.
Do I need to type your command in your chat?
I don't even know if I have a command set up for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Big Boss says you look like twins with his Russian friend. A Sugarfina candy advent calendar? Interesting. I want to get in the adult advent calendar business where you break one open and one day it's like a little pilot bottle of whiskey. The next day it's like a vibrator or something.
What? Those are cute.
One day it's just like a fucking illegal ass Molly pill or something.
It's also why a lot of people, going back to what I was saying, it's also why a lot of people say, oh, there's so many fake creators. And it's like, I brought this up on my own stream last night. Bob Ross hated his afro. He hated it. But the image of Bob Ross mattered more than the man. So he faked it for his viewers. He faked it for the sake of art. He faked it for his superiors. Entertainment is just, it's different. It's a whole in and of itself kind of thing. And when people who are not experienced with the industry try to dive into it, and they try to bring their authenticity into it, it's often met with a lot of hostility, because to be authentic, you have to change. You have to deviate from the authentic you of yesterday and be the authentic you of today.
And there's no real such thing as like authentic when you are an entertainer.
Exactly.
Because you're putting on a show, right? Like if you were authentic, you'd just be sitting around, I don't know, scratching your ass and looking at your phone or whatever it is you do all day long. Like there's a level of performance that goes into that. And the level...
Yeah, like most people don't sit around having dinner with a camera and a microphone in their face, you know? We're doing this because we like to do it. We like to entertain people.
Also because it bullies us into hanging out with each other.
Well, we both love food so much.
Yeah.
I think it's a common ground for us to bond on.
And yeah, Ariel, joining a
everybody
Discord
likes food.
Is like joining an audio chat. Most likely it'll be in the group chat thing. We'll figure it all out. So if I'll link it in a second when we're done eating. We're going to be on here for a little while too. So any after party will be after. But yeah.
Yeah, but most people don't know that about Bob Ross. Most people don't know that he was in the military.
Is joining
most
the Discord
don't
to
know
watch
that
a video THR same as joining an audio chat?
Part of his image.
Sorry, I am not sure
as
how to
an
work apps made
entertainer.
past 2013.
Right. And when, I bring Bob Ross up as a perfect example because art is a personal passion. when you make your personal life your content, you need to be prepared for that backlash that you will inevitably get, because everyone will try to give you a piece of their mind, like, and you need to be ready for it. You don't need to tell people or correct them or any of that, but you have to be mentally ready for that negativity and to just, fuck it. Be okay with telling yourself not everybody knows you and that they don't need to, the universe doesn't give a shit whether you understand it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just there. It's just there. It's just doing what it's doing.
It just be like
and
that.
by the grace of it, we're all here too. You feel me?
What's up, CC Travels? How you doing? Itty Bitty Titty Committee says, but you're authentic, Billy, and I'll tell you how authentic I am. I have been spending a long time on webcam, over a decade of webcamming, at least steadily, at least like 20 hours a week minimum for over a decade. Like some days is a little less, some days is a lot more. So like, I think I've become authentic because I've spent so much of my waking time on cameras. and like, you can be authentic and be like on camera still, there's this level of tapping into what connects you with other people, right? You can be performative and still be open and honest and connecting, and that authenticity can't be denied even if you are performing.
Yep.
It's just some people can't really do that.
Some people can't do it. Some people get mad at other creators and call them fake, and that's not necessarily fair.
Yeah.
It's an opinion, and it's fair to have that opinion, but it's not really fair to say about other people that make content that is not even close to the content you're making. Everybody has a demographic they fit into, and entertainment is about distracting, informing. It's political, it's artistic, it's expressive, it's raw. Like it's as subjective as art is. Right?
Yeah.
And it's as experimental as art can be.
Yeah.
We also have an increasing issue with the parasocial aspect of this entertainment, right? Like,
oh yeah, well,
viewers crossing boundaries, creators crossing boundaries. One of the biggest issues I see is creators falling in love with their audience. And that creates, this people come into their house, parents dropping kids off, driving kids to, streamers' houses. And on the viewer's side, I've seen viewers just totally disappear because somebody switched to a new game. And it's like, everybody cries about, oh, I want real, authentic people. And the numbers don't add up to that. You know what I mean? I have the heart to say, most people don't want authenticity. They want what the drag community calls realness. They want the impression that there's confidence. They want the impression that you know what you're talking about. Somebody could be talking out of their fucking ass, but the way they deliver it and connect with you, that's all performance, baby.
Well, I think the majority of people wouldn't know authenticity because they're conditioned through performance. Like, everything in our society is a performance. Like, tradition.
Well, we
is
worship
a performance.
Celebrity. Yeah, this country especially, we worship celebrities. We put them on a pedestal and we automatically dehumanize them from the get-go, right? And that's, this parasocial relationship's very new for us. So the more where we are on an individual level, the better off some people will be. Can't save everyone.
Yeah, you can hang, CT. Did I link the Discord? I thought I linked it. I'll do it again. But
Yay.
if you guys want to come chill afterwards. And yeah, parasocial relationships are kind of what makes YouTube and Twitch and social platform for media. It's what makes them better than TV, though, right? Like when you're sitting down and you're watching.
In a way,
as a viewer, like you are creating a bond.
I think it's too dangerous to say that you're creating a bond, because when you start to tell people, give them this false hope that they're your fucking friend, that's where the problem really sets in. It's healthier for us to form a relationship that's open and honest. We're the creator, you're the viewer. We could be friends, but that's going to take significant amounts of time, trust, among other things, right? But I think what the parasocial relationship and what YouTube really does is for the viewers. It gives the viewers the room to have an opinion, because back on television and radio, the viewers didn't have a way to say, I hate this. This is stupid. And does anyone remember how repetitive and monotonous television programming was? Like, YouTube is miles better, and I totally agree with it to a certain extent. But it's impossible to be friends with everyone. And we shouldn't expect that of the people that create things for us.
Well,
I think it's too heavy a thing to put on someone's shoulders.
As the creator, you have to be the one that doesn't live up to those expectations, right?
Yes.
You have to know when to say no. You have to know when to put a wall up.
Boundaries.
We still like the relationships, our parasocial relationships still exist. And we still back in the day when you yelled at your TV, you yelled at the sports game. You never expected it to yell back. With this platform, you yell at the screen, there's a good chance somebody yells back. So it's like, it's different. It's new and it's engaging.
Mm-hmm. And it's true. I agree. It's important for creators to have strong boundaries and stand by those boundaries. And it's important for viewers to recognize the human that is the creator. Separate the art from the artist if you can. You right?
Yeah,
you can still enjoy entertainment when you do that.
I barely see the humanity in myself, though, so I don't care if my viewers don't. Like, I'm so distant and far from anything known to be human.
That's because you're so much bigger.
I'm a black hole and a beast. I'm been broken into so many pieces that my jagged edges will catch you. What's up?
Bill, you're the whole world in a man.
Well, that's a fat joke. I get it. Okay. Haha.
Not a fat joke. It wasn't a fat joke, but
I'm teasing. So much of life is knowing what to ignore. That's very true, Joe. The problem with everything is you're like, there's so many ways in this world that you're set up to pay. Like, you're set up to pay monetarily. You're set up to pay socially. You're set up to pay attention.
With your time.
With your time, with your attention. The advertisement of the world, like the advertising industry has conditioned us to like jump from what really matters into what they tell you matters. And that's 70 years.
Do you think it's just advertisers, or do you think it's a little bit of everything? It's a complicated web now.
Everything in the web is connected to advertising. Like every social media, every person on social media, if you aren't viewing ads, everything you're doing is being recorded and sent to the ad companies to know the next time you're going to view an ad, to know exactly what to send to you to give the most likely return on their advertiser investment. Everything we do right now is advertiser based and attention based. We're all going through attention. We're fighting for attention. And there's so many manipulative tactics that people you love use to keep your attention. And that's because it's their job. They have to be manipulative. You hate to hear it. Like right here, right now, Luna and I, we're not that manipulative. We're cute. We're eating food. We know people like cute. We know people like eating food. That's about as far as the manipulation as we're gonna get here tonight, and the numbers reflect it. Like we're not trying to blow up the world here. We're just hanging out.
Yeah. Well, and partially that could be due to how long you've been doing this job. Like you weren't just on YouTube and in front of cameras. You've been like on television and stuff.
Yeah, I've done TV, I've done radio, I've done live performance, I've done so many different types of entertainment. I've done theater. I've done, I've done.
You sing, you make music too, like.
Yeah, I've done all types of entertainment performance. I've been live streaming. I started very early on in the late 2000s with Stickcam. And I would be on Stickcam, and from there I moved to Battlecam, and from there I went into YouTube and Twitch, and it's been like steady streaming most of my life. From the point where you could stream video. Before that, I was uploading clips of video to be like downloaded and viewed when I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I was doing backyard wrestling, and I would take my little clips and I would send them all over the internet, and I had people all over the world watching me, and we started meeting up. We'd have people from all over the world go to like big wrestling events across the United States, and we'd have these big giant fan meetups before we could even stream this stuff, People with little web cameras holding it up, recording everything. Society is theater. Yeah.
Well, they say everything's in a performance these days, but
I think
some things aren't. Some things people want you to believe very wholeheartedly that it's a performance, but some things are just reality. And it's very important. Like, I remember when I was a kid, Jurassic Park scared the shit out of me, right? I watched Jaws, and that movie scared the shit out of me. These movies terrified me. But my parents and my grandparents and my adults in my life were there to tell me it's not real. It's fun to let go and suspend your disbelief. That's the point of being distracted from your day. But it's really important to come back down to reality and say, it's not real. There's no reason to be afraid. There's no reason to be angry. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who's trying to tell you to be angry and afraid is trying to take advantage of your insecurities and mine your attention in the most carnal form. It's your survival. It's your survival, right? Like that's
yeah,
very base. Like when they trigger your survival, your need to survive, knowing that it's not a life or death situation, it still triggers that. You still believe, your body still reacts to it as if it's life or death because you've been bred over the years to survive. Like, society's relatively new, but you've been like 1,000 years ago, there was a lot of survival going on in your life. Depending on where you were from, there was different levels of survival, and the survival now is very manufactured. It's all
material.
Yeah, it's getting you to react to things to benefit somebody, right? When somebody tells you to be angry, when somebody tells you to be in fear of something, just ask why. Like what if you weren't angry? What if you weren't afraid? What would happen then, right? Like, look past people telling you to be afraid and angry. Ask yourself what would happen if you weren't afraid and angry. and then start looking at the world from a separate set of eyes, other than the ones that are reactive and just following what people tell you to do.
Well, that was the thing, right, chat? Once my family sat me down and told me all these things weren't real, I became in love with horror movies. In fact, I got so obsessed with horror movies, I asked for them for Christmas. I would dissect them scene by scene. How did they do this? How did they make the special effects work? Things that they learned just to make something so visceral, so scary. And it actually scared me, you know? It always fascinated me how magical it was. It's like a magic trick. You ever go to a magician show and they put on that show and they convince you that something is magical, but it's just a trick. And some of these older magicians that have grown old set out in the world to debunk all of the newer age, like holistic type of magicians that have been popping up in the last, I guess, 20, 30 years. Because with the internet, it's been a lot easier to fake stuff.
Well, it's okay. It's been easier to fake stuff in a way, but things have always been faked, right? Like for thousands of years, history was not
Absolutely.
lived, it was written.
I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't, but we don't live in the history. You know, it's good to understand how things started, but it wasn't as nefarious nor as spread as it is now.
Do we know that?
Been easier. It's never been easier to download tools on a mobile device to deep fake a person. But it's never been easier to fake something.
But do you realize?
Edit something.
Do you realize?
Like when somebody goes out on the street and does those pickup lines on girls, they pick the 3 people that it actually succeeded on, but you're not seeing all the other attempts that failed because they edited out. It's never been easier.
It's always been this way, though. Belief has always been
stronger
than vision.
Right?
Like people
it goes both ways.
People blindly
It's never
follow.
been easier to fake something, and it's also never been easier to rip off the mask. Like, all you have to do is look shit up. 5-minute Google searches will tell you all you need to know.
Google isn't the best place to look either. Like,
no, but neither is Wiki. But it's all we've got right now.
It's
Go,
the pursuit of
go,
the pursuit of knowledge is a trap, right? Like you think you're telling yourself the truth, but you're really only getting stories told by others that tell you that it's true, right? The base.
I don't follow.
The base reality that we have, the only truth that we really have is perception. And all of our perceptions are skewed by something we thought was true, that we were told was true, that we believe was true.
Well, not everyone's perception is skewed. That's the lie right there.
Are we sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
How are you so sure?
Because I know there's people that are smarter than me. And they're the ones in control, fucking with all of us.
Do you think
somebody's running this shit?
Do you think
and they know what they're fucking doing?
Do you think the people that know the truth are gonna share it with you for free over a Google search?
I never said that they would, but you can come to conclusions that are based in reality. There is reality, and then there's the illusion.
And
there is always a duality. There's always 2 sides to a story.
And that's where I disagree. I think there's more than 2 sides to a story. The story that you tell yourself from your perspective has 2 sides. You have the side that you know, and you have the side that you tell people.
I don't tell myself stories. I listen to other people's stories.
Yeah, when I say you, I'm not singling you out here. I'm saying the colloquial you.
I know. I have the tools that everyone else needs. And I'm the person everyone wants to shut up. Remember that.
I don't think anybody wants you to shut up. I think that
I'm the person everyone comes at, though, because I'm vocal. I'm opinionated.
I'm the person everyone comes in.
I know what I had to do to get myself out of the situations I put myself in. I contended with the reality of my choices in life. And I made sure I made good choices moving forward. And I did so by shutting my mouth and listening.
You know, you can scream and listen at the same time. And as a matter of fact, if you're screaming, a lot of people will be more real with you than when you're quiet because they don't know how to handle your screaming.
Well, that's part of art.
I like to scream and listen at the same time. I like to bellow and yell and make everybody think there's a goddamn siren ape swinging through the trees.
Well, that's because you want to see everyone's true side. I want everyone to see the real me.
I crack open the oysters and I clutch their pearls. I know how to get inside them. That's why
Phil and I get along so well, because we're like the opposite poles. You know, like the opposite ends of a magnet. They just attract.
Merry Christmas, Lancer. We're opposite ends of a... you say opposite ends of a magnet. I think we're opposite ends of a human centipede.
You mean yeah. Wait, can I shit in your mouth?
I mean, this is all perception. Who really knows where the shit is coming from?
I mean, I'll shit in your mouth and you shit in
some of the things you're saying.
Somewhere. I don't know.
Some of the things you're saying, I worry you're going to shit from your mouth into my ass.
You know, that's a good South Park episode.
You're over here believing the shit goes ass to mouth. I'm thinking the shit goes mouth to ass. People blowing smoke right up my ass.
That's the thing about me. I don't have beliefs. I am a polypolitical individual. I have no allegiance, and I don't pick sides. Because there are no sides. It's just a trick.
What if I told you politics were...
Politics are fun. It's a performance.
Politics are sports. Politics are
mental sports.
it's all just sports. I
don't agree with that because the debates are a fucking joke. That's not mentally
Have you seen the majority of sports games? They're not that exciting.
Sports games?
Sports games. Yeah. You know sports games.
I've never
Have you seen a sports game? Do you know what a sports game is?
I don't know. I played sports games, like video games. I played Madden a few times.
Yeah, deepfakes were even easier when you didn't even have to show the image. There's this I don't know, maybe a 10-year period where we had reality, right? And we run into these periods about every 30 years. Vietnam, we had reality. We had the news live in the middle of war. And it took a while for the media to catch up with reality, right? But we usually have like a small window and media catches up. Maybe we had a moment of reality during the early internet. And maybe we had a moment of reality during the video streaming part of the internet. But media always catches up to reality. They find the way.
For me, the reality is part of the Matrix. It only exists with its illusions. You can't have reality without the illusion to compare it to, and you can't have the illusion without reality to skew. It's two sides of the same coin.
I mean, what is reality? Is reality a side of a coin?
Reality
is the coin is the coin?
If I fucking stab myself with a pin, that's gonna hurt. I will bleed.
Yeah, but that's self, right? That's not like you can't tell me just because you're hurt, just because you're bleeding and you've been stabbed with a pin.
Well,
I don't know you're hurting.
There's things called fallible truths, and then there's perceptive reality. There's our lived truth and experience, and then there's fallible truths that just aren't affected by us.
And our lived truth has, like, it's only in us. It's not in anybody else.
It's just as valuable, though. Like, our truth is just as valuable to us.
Well, like, what I'm saying is our truth is the only thing valuable to us, and it's worthless to others unless you can manipulate others into believing what is inside you is true. And then it's got value to others.
I became an artist because art intrinsically, art has no value until someone else puts value in it. I could spend fucking months, years on a fucking painting and it wouldn't be worth a fuck.
Unless you got into the propaganda business.
Yeah, until I move my ass and advertise, I have to convince someone that it has value.
ABC123 said Billy wasted his money on NFTs, moron. They're gonna return, dude. They're gonna get a return, dude. I got a what is it called? A racist ape or whatever the hell the things are. You okay?
What?
What happened there?
What happened?
You did a little spit take. Are you okay?
I choked on my weed beer.
What? But for why?
Because you said funny words.
Yeah, I don't know what the NFT was that I bought. I bought one of those racist apes. I got it on the floor.
Yep.
Oh.
And see, yeah, a few people get really rich off of the gambling industry, but the majority of people don't.
Well, here's the big secret. Few people get rich off of anything, and the majority of people don't. That's how money works. It's not just NFTs, not just art, not just anything. It's literally everything. Oh, you want to work for McDonald's?
It is different. There is a difference.
What's the difference?
The difference is the art market has been corrupt from day one. Like, it's always been that way.
You think every other market hasn't been corrupt?
It's not new. It's the same old shit. NFTs is the same old shit. Keeping money in the family is what that is. The case. Back in the day, there were. Are you familiar with the term "keeping up with the Joneses"? Mm-hmm. So that's relatively new. That's invented because we wanted to advertise that we had to keep up, right? We had to buy in. That's relatively new. Before the Joneses, there were families called Smiths. You know what the Smiths were? Mm-hmm. There were the blacksmiths. There was the. But the difference is you don't have to convince someone that they need home appliances. You don't have to convince someone that you need the same thing Joe, Billy, Bob has down the street. That's easy. What's harder to do is to give something that has no function and no purpose other than being looked at. Art has no value at all until somebody puts it in. And that's why it's so easy to just make money disappear. It's not easy.
Now I'm going to finish what I was saying.
Real stuff. Okay.
Now I'm going to finish what I was saying. Okay, there was something called the Smiths, the blacksmiths, and they get their name from doing actual things, creating actual utensils, right? A blacksmith made swords and other metal objects. Mm-hmm. There were all types of different people who
farriers. They were mostly known for horseshoes.
People who worked at farmers who actually created things. Okay, they would trade, they would barter. That's how they would get other things with their stuff. And then somebody came in and they decided to put something with actual no value, tokens, money, actually has no value. It represented value. And now these people that have something that represents value, they're cutting out the barter system. They're becoming the ultimate middleman, and they're taking this nothing, and they've made not just something, they've made something with complete power, because this nothing represents anything you want. Not just, hey, I make horseshoes, you make grain. Want to trade grain for horseshoes? No, I don't need grain. I need pork. Okay. Well, now we have tokenization of value. Not even real value. It's not real. And that's where everything fell apart. It's not just about art not being real. Literally, the second we started putting value in imagination things that only hold value because we say it holds value through belief, that's when the scam got out of hand. And that's what the art world is just,
well,
it's
art
inevitable.
Art is very old, and it's older than blacksmiths. Only certain people could afford art, right?
If you can afford a
when
cave
you go
wall.
back in history, look at all the artwork that was made. It's usually noblemen, their daughters, their wives, their family. That's all it is. Religious figures, things like that.
But you would put your children.
Now, when you look at art now, it's basically NFTs have gotcha-fied art. Do you know what gotcha art is?
Yeah.
You're basically taking the same image, right? Like, say you drew a picture of me, as I am now, but we changed the color of this little heart.
Yeah.
You can then sell that as another image.
Yeah, it's like it's now got its own serial code. Is the heart's purple instead of blue? There's serial codes on every dollar bill.
Then I can sell another one. So, like, say we sell that yellow heart for $100,000. I make another painting with just the heart color changed to green. I sell that for another $100,000. Do you see? It's just gotcha-fied art, and it's making some people, very few people, very rich.
That's the whole system.
And it's very easy to do this with art because there's no value in it. You can put as much value in it as you want. And what happens with the art market is like, okay, there's this one guy who buys all Andy Warhol stuff. So anything that any gallery puts up for sale, this one guy grabs it. He's so fucking stinking rich, he can buy anything Andy Warhol. And then he creates this monopoly of Warhol brand. And that's what happens. Like,
do you understand the stock
that's
market?
One collector.
Do you understand?
I do know.
Yeah, this is what they do with stocks. Stocks have no value. There's no value. There's more value in art than in a stock, because an art evokes imagination. A stock is literally just it's the code that the NFT ticket is built on. It's not even the art itself that's connected to it. There's more value.
I'm just putting it in layman's terms so all the dummies understand it.
I'm here for the dummies.
I'm not new. I'm just really trying to dumb myself down and
I'm here for the dummies.
Help people understand it, because Bill's not wrong. I don't disagree with anything he's saying.
I know where your heart is.
I just have a different perspective because I come from the fine art world. I spent the first 2 decades of my life studying fine art and being a part of the galleries in the art market. I always wanted to run a gallery when I was younger. It was like my dream. And now I don't want to do that because I learned how corrupt the galleries are. It's just about keeping certain people in power. No joke.
I always wanted to run an art gallery, but my real passion was a pizzeria. So now I run a pizzeria and an art gallery. And the great thing about the art gallery is I can have anything flown in from all around the world. I can have livestock flown in and the TSA can't check it. But I also get to have this cool little pizza parlor. Ping pong. I get to have a basement that I can keep cold storage in. I could keep a lot of stuff going with this pizza parlor and then this art museum right next door. It's great.
Stocks are the gentleman's gamble, okay? It's not really hard to understand stocks, but I can't explain it.
A stock
like
is
Bill
a proof
can.
of investment in a company, though. Yeah, and art is a proof of investment in an artist. What's the difference between a stock and a piece of art? If you buy a high-priced piece of art and a high-priced stock, the valuation will continue to climb if you pick the right one.
Yeah, like Andy Warhol isn't a person anymore. He's a company.
Art can pay dividends if you display it, right?
Monopolizing on that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, Stocks pay dividends because that's part of the value that's created with a stock. But a stock's not going to pay any dividends if there's no value that's been placed in it.
I never got a degree. I didn't go to college because I thought it was a joke.
I got 400
And I also
degrees.
didn't want to put myself in debt for the rest of my life because I knew art wasn't going to give me stable money. So I set out to be an independent artist and convince people I'm worth buying art from when I make it. I don't always make art. I don't, stress myself out about it that much.
I'm so stressed out right now.
He doesn't. Warhol has nothing to do with fine art. He has a lot to do with how gotchified art became, though. He was like the original NFT guy. You know what I'm saying?
He's pop art.
Yeah,
right?
he's Papa NFT.
He's pop culture art.
I mean, he made like he became famous over a Campbell's can.
He created the commercialized art industry.
Yeah.
I also heard, and I don't know if this is true, I also heard he was gay.
Yeah, so he has nothing to do with the fine art industry. I did for the first 20 years of my life, but that's me. Now I'm like way into hentai and porn, and all I want to do is draw a penis.
Just draw a dick. All I want to do is draw blood.
I'm really into digital art, and I love fucking making VTuber models and animating things. I'm just happy I've really dived into it and let myself do something I like. Not that I hated makeup or anything, it just didn't make me happy. Drawing makes me happy. Drawing
Claimed to
penis
be
makes
asexual.
me happy.
Was Andy Warhol asexual? I didn't know that. I knew he had a thing for Bob Dylan's girl. A lot of times I think guys just fight over pretty ladies because they're too weak to fight each other. Like, why put a pretty lady in between you and another man? Just roll up your sleeves, all right, and fight that other guy. Don't fight over women. Beat each other up. I'm Billy the Fridge, yikes. If you're asking who's this hottie, it's me. I'm here tonight with Luna Vinci. We're discussing deep, intimate questions. We're pondering the depths of depravity for which humanity has come throughout the last 2,500 years. And we've come to the conclusion that once every 100,000 years or so, when the sun doth shine and the grass doth grow. Edie Sedgwick. Yeah, she was a factory girl. Fighting is also an art, not the way I do it. I do fast food fighting. I come in, I have my dick hanging out of my pants. I pull my pockets out so you know I'm not carrying anything worth stealing. I look like a fucking elephant with my pockets out like elephant ears and my dick flapping like the trunk. And I say, "You want some, daddy? Do you want some, daddy?" And then I spit in my hands and start coughing like I have COVID. I just swing at somebody slapping with my spit hands. 90% of the time, the people run away.
I'm not sure I want to be immortal. It's a fate I'd wish on my worst enemy. I'm not really I don't really want to be famous.
I wanted to be famous for so long. Almost got there 17 times.
You're famous to me, Bill Fridge.
I was almost famous 17 times. Band of Crimson says, "Do you guys have any insight on finding yourself or your passion?" Yeah, 100%. Here's how to find yourself, okay? Stop chasing anything. Stop going after anything.
Yeah.
Stop going after money. Stop going after a significant other. Stop going after career. And see where you take yourself when you're not going anywhere. See where you go when you're not going anywhere.
I always found that, when I spent time with myself, that's when I really kind of figured things out. And I would watch other people do things, on YouTube. I would watch tutorials on how to do this, how to do that, how to make a computer, how to build a shelf, how to build a table, like just teach myself anything. If I get really sad or depressed, I try to look up something that is new to learn, and I teach myself how to do it until it's done. And then I feel better. And maybe that's not for everybody, but maybe it will help someone else. Keep your hands busy. Masturbating helps.
ABC, I did not ban you. I think you got timed out for a while, or maybe you did get banned, but it was one of my moderators, and since I respect them more than I respect you, I let their decision stand. Welcome back, though. And once you found yourself, you can find your passion, right? Once you realize what it is you want when you're not wanting. Because if you're wanting so many things, why are you wanting them? You're probably wanting them because society told you you want them. You literally have to break away from all wants. You have to consciously do it. And then once all wants are out of your mind, you start to figure out where you gravitate towards. Those becomes your real wants. And when you find those real wants, you make a passion out of them because you focus on them. Living happily is easier than anyone wants you to believe. Yeah, Joe, and that's because they want you to believe you that they have an answer for you being unhappy. One of the greatest grifts in the world was creating a problem and selling the solution. Unhappiness is actually, it's a construct by those that want to sell you what makes you happy. But this is really what you need in this world to be happy. You need to know that the external is an illusion. And the internal has to be stoked. The flames of your internal self need to be stoked. Your fire needs to burn. Find your internal flames and stoke them. Stop fanning your flames into other people's fires if they don't deserve it. Really find out who needs to be getting warm off your heat. Find out who needs to be at your campsite. Who needs to be at your fire. Who needs to be burning your wood and sharing your s'mores. Keep them close. Stop fucking cooking other people's weenies if they don't deserve to have their weenies roasted. Luna.
Bill.
Do you know anybody who deserves to have their weenie roasted?
O.J. Simpson?
Whoa. I think you and I are going to different weenie roasts.
I don't know. I've been watching too much South Park. It's rubbing off on me.
I will say this, though. I enjoy sharing my s'mores with you, Luna Vinci. I have a lot of people that I enjoy sharing my s'mores with.
And sometimes I still find myself amazed that I'm even here. So I'm glad that you like to share them.
Aw, it's easy. You make it easy. MJ says, do I do IRL anymore? I have not for a while. I think about it quite often. I almost went down to the RV this last week, but I couldn't get the time away. I wanted to go meet up with the RV. If they were going to come up north, I definitely would go do stuff with them. It just comes down to what's fun. I need to get back in the mood of going out and having fun. I put on too much COVID weight. I need to just get back outside and start breathing fresh air again. Oh, dude, I would love roasting weenies with Fat Nick and Shakewell with a big ass donut chain floating down the fucking Niagara Falls in a gigantic donut, belly to belly, farting and pissing and shit. I don't know if we do all that. Something like that. I'm in Seattle. We did that big New York City stream, which was a lot of fun. I miss New York City a lot. I miss the rest of the world a lot. I want to leave Seattle so I can start missing Seattle again. Bring Joey and the knife. Uh-oh.
And a big giant slab of meat.
The mitts.
I can't believe you guys ate that whole fucking thing.
That was so gross.
What the fuck, guys?
It was cooked so poorly.
I know.
It was the type of cut that you wanted to like grill, and we boiled the fucking thing.
It was like watching rednecks try and cook food.
Yeah.
But like I knew them personally. And like that's entertainment.
ABC 123 says, hear the truth. He thinks he's too big of a deal to go to the RV. No, not at all. I think I'm too big of a deal to do a lot of things, though. The RV would be fun. I miss my memories. This is B-Rez. Yeah, the RVs aren't going to make it to Seattle. They're not even headed this way this time. Come to Ohio. You'll pay for a room. What part of Ohio? I miss Ohio, too. Joe and I spent 10 days in Ohio. It was fucking
Ohio
psycho.
girls are hot.
Ohio girls are hot. Joe and I spent 10 days in Ohio, and it got fucking weird. We ate at a Waffle House. We ate at the same Waffle House the majority of the days that we were there. And every time we went to this Waffle House, it was like a brand new staff. It was weird.
That does sound weird.
CT says Billy needs to seriously do a Peso Peso song. I know, you keep putting me on Peso Peso. I need to make it happen. ABC 123 is a hater? He's a soy boy? Oh, I don't know if that's true. I mean, I definitely think he's a hater. I don't think he's a soy boy, though. But some people can only hate because they don't know how to express love without feeling the fear of abandonment. Hate is love that you don't have to worry about receiving back, right? It's still an emotion.
Hate can be more honest than love sometimes.
I don't think hate is really that honest. Hate is really a reflection of yourself.
Well, all emotions are a reflection of that self. All of everything. Everything you feel is a reflection of you. It has nothing to do with the other person.
I don't know if that's true. I think happiness is something that becomes is not an internal reflection. Happiness is often it can be found internally, but it's often triggered by external. That's why people pay so much money to be entertained.
Real. 20 minutes ago, you were saying everything external isn't real.
Of course, and entertainment isn't real.
This is why absolutisms need to be kept in check.
Well, I mean, as far as fact goes, the only facts that we have are our personal perceptions.
Hate is as much an emotion as all the other emotions. And it is as valid.
But show me a point in the world where hate is as valid as love. Just give me one talking point where hate is as valid as
child
love.
fuckers.
I mean, I think I don't think hate.
People?
I don't think hate is worth anything to them. I think the judgment is what we need for people like that.
I disagree. I'm allowed to hate whoever I want to.
What a waste of emotion.
It's not a waste of emotion if I learn to use it productively.
How can you productively use hate? I'm telling you, judgment is a lot better than hate.
Well, you need to use good judgment as you feel things, right? It's not irrational for me to hate abusive people that do abusive things.
So I don't hate abusive people who do abusive things. I take care of abusive people who do abusive things by keeping them from being able to be abusive.
I don't take care of anyone who does abusive things.
I take care of them for good. I rain judgment down on them.
I don't take care of anything but the emotions in me.
See, that's where you're stunted. Me,
I'm not stunted.
I go out.
I don't waste emotions.
I have no time for hate. I
get to work with my emotions. You don't speak for me.
I will speak. I will put words in your mouth.
I know you will. That's why this is how you hold your ground and you keep your boundaries strong.
Is this how?
Can't let people. Bill's allowed to have his opinion about this, just like I'm allowed to have mine. That's why emotions are complicated.
Emotions are worthless.
They're not worthless. They're
all about
things.
That action, boss. I'm all about that action.
Emotions are wonderful, but there does come a time where you have to separate from your emotion and get shit done. And yeah, these people, they're worth my hatred. There's no law that says I have to love everyone. I have a fucking God-given right to hate whoever I want for whatever reason I want.
There's no law that says that you have to love if you don't hate. You don't hate and love are extremes. All right?
Yes.
Like but putting hate out into the world is as powerful as putting love out into the world.
Yes.
And I'm going to reserve that energy for love.
Sometimes hate looks very, very beautiful.
I don't even hate. I think it's worthless.
Well, it's not worthless. Maybe if you do have a way. You do have an outlet that allows you to process your emotions. That's why you say you don't have hate, because you do something productive with it. But you do have feelings. You do feel something.
I allow myself to feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. But why would I waste that time hating?
Why would I waste that time? You're not someone who wastes that time.
Do you feel shame?
No.
Is shame an emotion?
No. Shame is
guilt an emotion?
Yes, I do feel shame. I feel bad if I fuck up. If I make a mistake, I would rather admit to fault and failure than continue on thinking the wrong thing.
There are very few people in this world I will feel guilt or shame for doing things too.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that.
And the
I
majority,
don't really feel shame about
the
that.
majority of those people, I try and give them so much more love than I could ever give them anything that would bring upon shame.
Joe's trying to defame me.
Oh. Billy, you hated being 600 pounds. You used your hate to change it. I didn't hate being 600 pounds. No, I was that way for a long time.
Billy, you don't waste time. You know, you don't waste your time.
I do waste my time.
Well, not your emotions. You don't waste time with your emotions.
Of course not.
Yeah.
You put value into things.
That's a Bill Fritch thing, though.
You have to choose what you put value into. I don't value hate. I don't value shame. I don't value guilt.
You value the opposite. You know, love and
I value
hate
love.
is on a sliding scale.
But it doesn't mean you have to. You can have an abundance of love and never have any hate. You don't need hate to have love. The opposite of hate in love is not hate or love. It's indifference.
I don't think you can be human if you don't understand hate.
Being human, understanding
you can't understand what you don't know.
I've understood hate, and I realized it was
in
worthless.
Other people, you have to have felt it yourself. It's better to recognize hatred because you can't control other people.
Oh, you can control other people.
You can only control yourself.
You can control other people.
You can control other people, but
yeah,
the majority of
people are
can't.
easy to control.
And most people don't fucking have the time because they're too busy working a 9 to 5 or taking care of a family. They don't have time to sit there and manipulate anyone else but their kids.
But they have time to hate. They have time to hold it inside and hate. That's the problem. They're making time for things that don't serve them.
And I'm giving people the tools. I'm telling them, you're skipping steps because you're such a pro. You don't waste time on the emotion. But I'm somebody who sits in the emotion so that I can paint a picture of it.
I keep asking people why hate is a necessary component. Why is hate important? And I'm not getting the answers that convince me.
Because no matter what we do, hatred will always exist in people. It's a humanity thing. People out in the world will not be able to process their hatred, and you need to be able to feel it, see it, recognize it, so you can be aware.
Be aware of hate.
It's a survival trait. That's why it's necessary. It's not necessary to hate people, but it's necessary to identify those that are worthy of it.
I wouldn't exercise my muscle to hate. I think it's a waste. I would, because if you don't exercise it, that's how it gets out of fucking control and you blow up one day, or you don't tell someone the truth. You sit there and you fucking wait, and things get out of control. You've got to be honest about hatred. Otherwise, it can't be contained. Well, how is it a lack of honesty to not value hatred?
For you need to tell yourself it's not worth your time. That's what everyone else needs to do too. You recognize that hatred is happening and you go, fuck that shit. You have learned to recognize it.
ABC says you can't see love without hate. That's a fallacy.
I don't agree with that.
I
think you can't see love without love. You can't see hate without hate. You can't see jealousy without jealousy. Envy is one of the most disgusting things ever, but jealousy is very natural for people. Jealousy lets you know that you're defending something that belongs to you. Yeah. Envy is wanting something that's not yours. There's a difference. It's important to understand that.
Why would you want to take ownership over the hate inside you? Get rid of it.
So you can control it.
Well, you can control it by just giving it away.
Because some people can't.
Let it free. Get it out of your...
You have to let it free, but you have to understand other people are out of your control. Someone starts hating, popping off. People full of hate shoot up schools and shit. Yeah, you've got to be able to watch that shit and stay away from it.
Yeah, how many times have you been in a school shooting?
Not me. I mean, this country's had how many in the last
and
how decades?
How many people have actually been in a school shooting?
And these are real fears of parents and kids every day, everywhere. They have this fear, and that fear turns into hatred.
And how realistic is this fear?
It's Star Wars, my dude. You're a fucking nerd.
So you're telling me
what does hate lead to? Hate leads to fear.
You're telling me that we should breed hate and fear then? That's what you're saying, that hate and fear have value?
Fear is also a very important emotion to recognize because fear is what keeps us alive as well. Understanding
that's not true.
Differentiating
Civilization keeps us alive right now. Fear
differentiating threats on the basic level. That's very important to survival.
Fear and hatred. Survival is mandatory. We literally have laws against not surviving. Okay, it's illegal to kill yourself. That's how civilized we are.
In some states, in other states, it's not.
Well, you have to get an assisted prescription for suicide in a lot of states.
Yep. But it's legal.
You can't just do it without a prescription.
And they call it assisted suicide. It's literally what it's called.
Yeah, you can't just do it.
You can't just do it.
Survival is actually mandatory in society. The fear.
It's not just society. It's hardwired into us. If our head was crushed, our lungs would fucking still try and pump air.
But
and
how?
blood.
But how likely is that going to happen? This is what fear and hatred does in our current society.
It's very likely that you're going to come across someone that hates you for no fucking reason. And you're going to go, but why? What did I do?
Who
and
cares?
You're going to have to say to yourself, who fucking cares?
No, you're going to have to say to yourself, it's more about them than it is about you. They can't see the beauty inside of you.
Exactly what I was saying 15 minutes ago.
So what does that have to do with hate? It's called indifference.
It's not. Indifference is the reaction to hate.
That's the reaction you should have.
Look, I understand you don't want to face your emotions, and that's fine.
I love facing my emotions. They're few and far between.
But denying that they exist in you is a lie.
Is it?
It's a lie.
We're all programmed.
It's a lie. You're denying yourself. You're denying yourself, maybe someone else.
I've programmed
the process.
I've programmed myself.
Their emotions.
I've programmed myself to control my emotions when they come through, unless that I feel like I can indulge in emotions. And sometimes I'm over emotional when I choose to indulge in emotions.
I'm indulgent in all my emotions. I literally sit in them for hours and I
whinge.
Make artwork. I do. I whinge. But I make beautiful artwork out of it. You told me I'm a beautiful artist, right? I make beautiful artwork. That's because I have hate in me. And this work, this art, all this cute fluffy stuff, that's my performance.
What if you got rid of the hate and then you couldn't put out a rap album?
I already got rid of it. I get rid of it. I put it into my work. And
what if you let go of all the hate and then you couldn't put out another rap album because you had no motivation?
I do let go of it. I do let go. No, the processing of the hatred is part of the work for me. And everybody processes emotions differently.
I got rid of all the hate and now I can't put out another rap album. I have nothing to write about.
Bill just has no fucking hate in him.
What's the point?
And that's beautiful. That's not something, that's bad. That's a good thing. There's no point in hating other people. I agree with it.
Well, I think
I just like to argue so much.
I think that I am constantly searching for answers to problems. And allowing hate to brew inside you is a problem, right?
It is. It is. I've listened to so many people who have just this hatred seethe out of them. And I ask them questions that like you bring up now. What's wrong? And that hatred, that expression, it tells me what they need from me. And if I listen to it, instead of just reacting to their hatred and letting it in me, I stop it like you say, right? You stop it. There's no point. Like, what's the point? Don't have to hate.
See, what I do is I don't listen to people. I don't listen to see what people need. I decide what I think people... I decide what I want to give to people, and then I give it. And if you don't like what I have to give to you, deal with it.
Deal with it.
I like to give what I like to give, and I'm not going to listen. This isn't a menu, right? I'm not like, hey, come here, look what's on the menu, pick what you want. It's like, hey, I'm in the mood to give you love and attention. You're getting love and attention. I'm in the mood to make jokes and make you laugh. You're going to get a funny haha. I'm in the mood to be introspective. I'm in the mood to talk about feelings. Guess where we're going? It's the dealer's choice.
Oh my. Are we going to
That's my love. That's how I love. I love by knowing what I am willing to give and giving it openly. That's my form of love. I spent all my money on NFTs and they tanked. I'm fucking broke 'cause I bought 1,000 NFTs. Oh. I've seen your love. It's worthwhile. CT says Billy wants to kill a man for sure. I see it in his eyes. I don't want to kill a man, would I? Of course, without hesitation. It would be obviously, what's it called? Justifiable. I guarantee you if I killed somebody, it'd be a justifiable homicide. And if it wasn't justifiable, I guarantee you I wouldn't get caught because I'd justify it in my mind and I would prepare, I would premeditate.
Hatred is not synonymous with justice.
Oh.
That's retribution and revenge.
Hatred.
That's different.
Hatred very rarely ever leads to anything worthwhile for yourself. That's the problem I have with hatred. Hatred and fear.
If you don't know how to process it, sure, but
nobody knows how to process it.
There's a lot of power in being able to recognize hatred in other people.
And most people take your hatred, they take your fear, and they use it to get you out of your own self-interest.
Well, you're very good at empathy. I've seen your levels of it.
I'm also good.
I think you are capable of hatred.
I'm also good at cuddling.
Sure that there's people in the world that have and could do things to you that would earn them your hatred.
Should I make a greatest hits CD?
Maybe it wouldn't last very long, but it would be there. And you wouldn't forget what they did to you.
Maybe I'll print up 1,000 copies of a Billy the Fridge greatest hits CD.
And then you would avoid that in other people in the future. Because you could recognize it.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain. What's up, Eric? How you doing? What's up, Leon?
I think money rules the world, and money doesn't care about any emotion whatsoever. It will use whatever emotion it can get out of the person.
CT says, Billy, you want to kill your bully. I think you got this one wrong, CT. When I was bullied, I was like in maybe first grade, and I got picked on by the sixth graders because they thought I was in their grade because I was so big, because I was so much larger than I was so much larger and larger than the other first graders. The sixth graders thought I was just a dumb sixth grader when I was in first grade, and they picked on me. And this is what happened. They would make fun of me. They would call me Curly Sue because I had curly hair. You know how fucked up it is to get picked on for something other than being fat when you're a fat kid? It fucking sucks because you're like, my curls are bad? I thought they were beautiful. But now they're picking on my curls. I could see them picking on me being fat because I'm a fat kid. But my curls though? And then one day, because I was kind of a dumb kid, I brought this boat in for show and tell. My cousin made it, and I was going to bring it in for show and tell. And the sixth graders took it, and they took it out of my hands, and they broke it, and they stomped it out. And I came home crying with the boat in pieces. And my dad hadn't left for work yet. He said, "What the hell is going on?" And I said, "They stomped my boat. They broke my boat." Crying. He's like, "Who broke your boat?" I was like, "The sixth graders broke my boat." And my dad goes, "Son of a bitch. All right." He was like, "Take me. You know where the leader lives?" He was like, "You know where the baddest one in the group lives?" And I was like, yeah. I was a little kid. I was like, "Yeah, I know." And so we went to his house after school. My dad knocks on his door. He answers the door. And my dad says, "Get your dad out here. I have to have a talk with your father." And my dad looked at his dad and said, "Your kid and his friends are picking on my first grader son. They're sixth graders. He's a fucking 6-year-old first grader. They're 11 or 12. They're ganging up and picking on him. I need you to know right now, if this continues to happen and your son is their leader, he's in charge. If this continues to happen, I'm going to come back and I'm going to kick your fucking ass," he said to the guy's dad. And then he looked down at the kid. He looked down at the kid and he said, and I want you to know, accidents happen all the time to little kids. So I really hope you don't mess with my son anymore. And from that point on, nobody bullied me. Nobody bullied me. So I have no
fear of God in them.
I have no problem. I have no problem with the kids that picked on me because they learned real quick. They learned real quick. And if anything, I became a bit of a bully. But I wasn't a bad guy. So when I bullied, it was funny. I would bully and I would pick on people and people would gather around and laugh. You know how I knew I was a successful bully? Because I'd hung out with a friend of mine and he would bully people too. But he wasn't as good at it as I was. And when the Columbine happened and they had school shooters, there was a kid that would always wear a trench coat. And they found he had a hit list of students that he was going to kill. And you know who was on that list? My friend was, but you know who wasn't? Me. I probably would have caught a stray bullet because I was always with my friend, but I wasn't on the list. And that's how I knew. That's how I knew I was a good guy, bully the fridge. I knew that.
Billy is a very sweet boy.
I'm a very sweet boy. And Joe says, when I was 7, my dad told me that bullying is merely a test of wills. I was the most feared second grader in 3 counties. Yeah, but Joe, you were also
I dressed
broken.
in all black and wore spikes all over me and dyed my hair black. I think people were just afraid I was going to stab them.
Joe thought he was the toughest kid at his school because he watched all these movies like Star Wars with Rey and all these strong women in movies, and he thought women were the strongest people in the world. So he goes to school and he picks a fight with the biggest girl on the playground. He kicked her right in the cunt, and when she was writhing on the ground, he said, is this the best you have to offer? Is this the best you have to offer? Nobody fucked with him. That's so fucked up, Ariel. That was a joke that Joe told much better than I told it. I half stole his joke. I didn't tell it very well. That way when he tells it, it'll be more enthralling and captivating. Oh, yeah.
My parents wouldn't let me bleach my hair, so black was the only thing I could do.
I've never dyed my hair. I've never gotten a tattoo. I've never gotten a piercing. I've never done anything permanent to change myself other than like cut hair and stuff. I've had a couple of varying hairstyles, but nothing absolutely crazy. Boom, 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 boom. Luna the Vinci.
I like your hair.
You like my hair?
Yeah. It's Viking hair.
One of my favorite things to do with my hair is climb on top of a woman and let my curls drape across her face while I'm railing her so that all she can see is a waterfall of curls shaking as my gut rubs into her clitoris because I'm so fat that she gets stimulated from the pressure of my belly. What was that? I'm actually a mama's boy, CT, more than anything. My mom's watching right now. She'll like that joke I just told.
Wow. Remember when you made your mom cry?
Yeah.
Live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Right as COVID was breaking out.
Yeah.
He just went nuts. All this,
I was going crazy.
You were going, I don't know what the fuck was going on.
She was a little worried.
Raining out, and you picked up this wig out of a puddle of cigarette butts, and you wore it down the street. And then you put it in your car. And then as you were driving home, your mom called.
Did I put it in my car?
Are you okay? okay?
I don't know if I put it in my car. I thought I got rid of
You
it.
did. You put it on the dashboard.
Oh God.
Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah,
I'm like watching from my house sitting job. I'm like, oh no, he made his mom cry.
I put the soaked puddle wig on my head, and I went around asking people. I was like, "Hey, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?" They'd be like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Do I stink?" Because I had this stinky puddle wig on my head. I was like, "Do I stink?" It was so stupid.
I recently watched Sister Act and Sister Act 2.
Wow.
And I have to say, I think they might be my favorite childhood movies.
They're great. There ain't no mountain high enough.
I was crying and laughing, and it just... me and my dad used to watch them on repeat.
They need to make Sister Act.
This kick.
They need to redo Sister Act because they've been redoing all these movies, and Sister Act is rife for a reintroduction.
The music alone is just... I mean, I'm not really religious, but I appreciate art. You feel me? And that music and the way they sing is just... I love it so much.
Joe, do you want to sit down and write Sister Act 3? I think we could make a really funny Sister Act 3. And I think that it should be exposing the Catholic Church for all the vile stuff they do. While singing. What's up, hippie chick? How you doing? I should get a dreadlock. I actually got a dreadlock once.
Wholesome fun for the whole family.
Yes. Luna, I bought this salad to go with dinner.
And you didn't eat it.
I didn't even eat it.
That I can't eat anymore. That Impossible Whopper was so fucking big.
I know. I'm not really hungry, but I don't want this to go bad, so I'll probably put it in the fridge soon. I just put it on the camera so I'd stop doing my finger roll in the empty space.
I was kind of like, it was keeping me focused though. I was watching it, like how a cat watches a laser.
Exactly. That's why I was doing it. There's space there. You can't leave that space empty. Sister Act 3 will involve Whoopi catching a priest with an altar boy and a black woman sassing him out of authority as a result. Yeah, we should get the girl from Hidden Figures. She'd be like, you ain't gonna be with that altar boy without using my Hidden Figures. That's another Joe joke I'm butchering. Sister Act 3, me and Ricky Berwick. Me and Ricky Berwick should fund a remake of Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger's twins.
I should paint a picture of you and Berwick all curled up on top of you.
You should. Honestly,
all snuggled and comfy.
If you painted that, 100%, that would get like 5,000 likes on Twitter. Easily.
Okay. I don't know about that.
Ricky would retweet it, and everybody would be like, "Oh shit, what is this? What is this sexual awakening?"
Yeah, my brain.
CT,
I've been drawing some funny, weird shit lately.
CT, you wrote Precious Part 2 for me? Damn it. Oh yeah, we could have Precious in Sister Act 3 too. I feel like we could have Precious, we could have the girl from Hidden Figures. Is it fucked up that I don't know any of their names? Whoopi Goldberg would have to come back. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg would have to come back.
Yeah, I'm a very visual person too.
To be fair, I watch Game of Thrones. I barely know the names of the guys from Game of Thrones as well. And I watched Game of Thrones.
The only name I know is Kit Harington.
Yeah.
That was because they bullied him on Twitter.
Yeah,
for being sexualized.
I think I could know Kit Harington. I know
Amelia? Is it Amelia? Yeah,
I can't remember any of their names right now. I didn't
Peter
say
Dinklage.
I didn't say I don't know black
Peter
people names.
Dinklage.
I said I didn't know names. It just happened to be black people I was trying to name at the time.
Peter Dinklage is Tyrion.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage. I'm gonna remember him forever though. Joe and I were watching Netflix in my car because my grandma, we were at my grandma's house, and my grandma's house was a hoarder house, and she was always in precarious conditions when I would get home. So I didn't want to have company startling her or anything, even though she probably would have loved it. She would have sat there and talked to Joe for hours. But we would sit out in my car and we would turn on the Wi-Fi and we would watch Netflix. And Joe looked at my Netflix, and there was one movie that had been liked on my Netflix out of all the things I've watched. And 5 stars was Peter Dinklage in Station Agent. He was like, "Why is it the only movie you've rated? Why is it the?" I was like, I just think the little guy's fucking hilarious. Funniest thing I ever seen. Funniest thing I ever seen was little Peter Dinklage walking around trying to be a big man at a train station. It's just hilarious. So ever since then, anytime I see Peter Dinklage, I'm like, well, 5 stars to you, good sir.
Dishing out them stars.
Yes. Can't help it. He's a 5-star actor. Actor. You've seen South Park, right? Because I haven't. We're going to watch South Park after this, right?
Yep.
The only movie Billy ever truly liked. What can I say? I'm sick in the head. Tick tock goes the clock when the clock strikes 1,000. 1,000. Here's a link to the Discord. Luna Vinci, are we going to make our way over to Discord pretty quick here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The salad does look bussin'. I'm probably going to eat some of this salad while we watch South Park. If you guys want to come follow over to the Discord, we're going to jump in and hopefully watch it on the little tootie. On the little tooties. Hopefully. Do I still speak to Keem? Yeah. Yeah. We've been in like a group chat for like 5 years that gets used almost every day. CT says, I approached Billy with Precious Part 2 in 2012. He claimed I would never get something released called Precious Part 2, but he also had issues with being fucked by his HIV positive stepdad. I mean, yeah, in hindsight, CT, I thought my career was going to go in another direction. Knowing now what I know, I should have taken you up on your offer. But I in 2012, I still thought I had a chance of being the next Eminem. Or at least peanut M&Ms. Oh, yeah. Being There was a great movie. Clifford was a great movie. My Dinner with Andre was a fantastic film. Did I give it a 10? Interesting. I must have really enjoyed My Dinner with Andre. It's one of the first movies Joe and I watched when we were on an HBO Max viewing quest. We watched quite a few films. So are we going to head over to Discord, you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up this stream. Thank you for hanging with us. You can join my Discord and hang out over there. We're going to be hanging out, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. I will mute you if you're annoying during the show. All that good stuff. All right. Show feet, maybe. Itty bitty tiki bitty. Slide in my DMs. I'll do feet for feet. And I don't even like feet, but I'll do it just for you. But I can't just show feet. That's beta. Feet for feet. I'm not even into feet, so don't think it's weird. Luna! Luna.
Billy the Fridge.
Thank you again for hanging out and eating another wonderful dinner with you. If people want to find you, they can find you at Luna La Vinci on Twitter. I have the Discord link copied right now. Let me get the Luna La Vinci link real quick. Copy link address. Bum, 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 bum,
It'll probably be in the description below, too.
It should be. Yeah, it has been, but I'm going to spam it in the chat. Everybody follow Luna La Vinci on Twitter. You can find her at multiple other places from Twitter. She's all over the internet, making beautiful images and other things worthy of your attention, as if she wasn't worthy of your attention all on her own. We're gonna head over to the Discord right
attention.
now. She likes attention.
Yeah. Let's go. We're gonna go watch.
We're gonna go watch some South Parks, some post-Covies. It's gonna be good times. All right, everybody. We will be back again. Looks like next Wednesday for a more festive dinner than tonight. Tonight was fast food madness because I'm a lazy baby, and I think it was good. So we will see you again soon if you're not going to come over to Discord and hang out with us. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.